The Prologue specialist, Sam Watson here for the Ineos Grenadiers. Jonny Milan head bopping. He won last year, and Wout van Aert racing in Germany once again. This is the Prologue in Essen. This is a renovated coal mine, the Zolleverein. They have a pool there and some activities, as I understand it. But this Prologue, lots of corners. 90-degree corners in the first 500 meters. There's even a 270-degree turn, slight uphill at the end. It's a 3.5-minute effort. You've got to be powerful. You've got to be aero on the straight sections, and you have to be able to corner. And we saw Roger Kluge, the former lead out for Caleb Ewan and the Trackman, now on Bike Aid, setting their best provisional time because he started first. Then Michael Zeilard, who is also a Prologue specialist. He might have won in Romandy last year. I think a Prologue, a very short one. He's a lead-out man, normally for Arvid Decline. He railed the corners and beat Simone Consonni to set a new provisional of just under 3:35. His teammate, though, Marco Haller. So you got lead-out men who are very good at this, like Zeilard and Consonni. And then you also have classic sprinters like Marco Haller, maybe not like a Van Poppel classic sprinter, but he's got a kick on him. He beat Van Aert in Hamburg previously. The classic sprinters can also be very good on this sort of course because they can typically handle their bike. And Haller beats his teammate by just over a second, 52.2 kilometers an hour. Zeilard had just sat down and had to get back out of the hot seat, which has a conflicting watch brand on it, even though it's the same color scheme. So I was a bit confused there for a second. Important race for Nils Pollitt, the German, obviously a fan favorite. I think he's won the Tour of Germany before, but he is 4 seconds more or less behind Marco Haller. Lawrence Pithy, despite being on a German team, he wasn't shown in the live coverage. He was only like half a second down on Haller. He was in, I think, second position for quite a while. But look at Søren Varnsgold. There's two very, very tall men on this course. Varnsgold and Jonny Milan, who won the Prologue in Germany here last year. But Varnsgold, look how he folds over compared to Milan when you see the footage coming up. And he says they didn't show him much for the end. They cut to him really late. But he gets really aero like a track rider in a pursuit and holds that position. Obviously, he's pushing a crazy amount of power as well. But just compare that to, Van Poppel's more like an aggressive, railing the corners and then sprinting, getting back up to speed sort of guy. Compare it to Milan's position coming up later. But Van Poppel can't beat the Varnsgold time, who's like, 1 meter 98 or something. Big, powerful sprinter on flat courses. Can be a lead-out rider. I think he just won a sprint the other day. Winner of Omloop at Newsblad. Sam Watson there, but they're focused on Wout van Aert, who is here. He was okay in Hamburg. Didn't make the first group, but was sprinted to 10th. But Watson, he's just a good bike handler, good classic sprinter. I think for Ineos, they can't be more happy than they have been with his signing this year. He's winning races, Omloop. If he had more teammates, maybe he could have got a better result. Van Aert starts around the same time, so a lot of the best riders, the teams put them in these slots right at the end of the Prologue. Van Aert also, a cyclocross rider, good sprint, typically. He's good for this sort of Prologue. But Watson, he's looked like he's going to win. No, he's 0.52 seconds behind Søren Varnsgold. So very, very fine differences. One corner, one hitting the apex a little bit too early. There can be your half a second gone. It kicks up a little bit at the line. McNulty, not the best for him. He'd probably prefer like a 5% 3-minute effort against some of the bigger boys. He's a bit lighter than them. He just won a TT in the Tour of Poland, which he won in GC overall. And of course, I haven't said it all. This is on road bikes. The road bikes also suit, I think, the sprinters and the classic sprinters compared to like a TT specialist like McNulty. But Jonny Milan, I think the favorite for this time trial. He can drop a lot of watts off the start line, but visually, I haven't checked it, but he started freewheeling way before a lot of those other guys before the first corner. Van Aert, though, good time from him. Could he make it 100 meters to go? The answer was no. He is going to finish a couple of seconds behind Søren Varnsgold, but he's right in there for GC, so that was actually a tight moment for the Norwegian. McNulty also about 4.5 seconds, 5 seconds back, but he's in the fight for GC. But look at Milan's head bobbing. And you compare his position to Varnsgold, it's just a little bit less aero. So maybe their corners, I didn't really analyze all of their corners, and we didn't get full coverage of every rider's, even the favorites like Varnsgold's Prologue, but he just visually was getting into a more aero position. And Milan, we know his sprinting style, it's up and down. We got a pretty much nailed on bunch sprint tomorrow. And then on stage 2 and 3, that is where the classics guys, we've got Narvaez here with the strong UAE team. If you want to beat Milan with the bonus seconds in play and very important, you're going to have to attack. But he doesn't take his advantage like he did last year in the prologue. It's Varenshold who wins, and it's a very important race for Little Trek. They're a sponsor, I believe, of the race. It's the Little Deutschland Tour. Varenshold wins ahead of Watson, Haller, Piffy, Van Aert, Van Poppel, Zylard, Van Mechelen. Good result from him, Rezul, and Korn. Milan doesn't crack the top 10. Small differences, obviously. Here's what X Rider had to say.
That was quite a performance. Are you surprised, first of all?
Yeah, maybe a little bit, because I think last time I did a prologue was maybe in L'Avenir, or so. Yeah, so it's starting to get a little bit older. So it's at least a couple of years ago, maybe 3. So yeah, I was a bit excited for this race and a little bit nervous. So I just tried to go full gas, and it worked out.
How do you manage your efforts on a prologue like that? It's just flat out and getting well prepared before taking off?
Yeah, I tried to at least have the rollers on after, they did a bike check, so I was on the spare bike on the rollers, so we're right with the start line. So then I feel like get out a little bit better with some more blood flow in my legs compared to sitting down for like 8-10 minutes before a time trial. So yeah, I think that was the key today, to do well, and also try to go all out, but also out of the corners, try to go a little bit, try to go hard from the start, but also progressive, increase the power through the race, and try to hit that maximum feeling of acid in the legs at the end. Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed the video. Can Jonny Milan take back 10 bonus seconds tomorrow? The sprints are going to be very important. Van Aert and Brennan is the combo for Visma. There's also bonus seconds during the stage, and I'll see you with a recap tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.